Hi, I'm Julie Newell. I'm a Senegence independent distributor, and I want to talk to you about how to use the HairCovery system. Now, a couple things we need to understand first, and I'll try and talk fast so this doesn't, lose everybody. But what is a hair strand? What does it consist of? Why do we need shampoo and conditioner and all these other things? Okay, so my easiest way to explain what a hair follicle is, or what a hair strand is that if you think of blinds that open and close, right? There's several layers to a hair, but the outside layer is called the cuticle. The cuticle is designed to open and close. The more closed those blinds are, the more smooth and shiny and healthier a hair is. The more opened they are, the more damaged a hair becomes. If they're wide open, that's someone that has extremely bleached hair or extremely coarse, frizzy hair, okay? Their cuticle is wide open, and so when it bumps up against another hair right next to it, the cuticle tends to tangle, right? Hooked together causes lots of different frizzing and different textures. And so when you color a hair strand or your hair, what happens is the chemistry of it is that the volumes are designed to open the cuticle a little bit. It goes into the cortex of the hair, remodifies what's going on inside of that, and then the cuticle is supposed to shut back down and trap that color in. And then over the 4 to 6 weeks, the life of a hair color, that cuticle kind of just through environmental, through heat, through everything, just kind of opens a little bit, and so that's how color fades, is now open, and what has been done and trapped in on the cortex is sliding out. Now, what does that have to do with hair care? So when you go to do shampoo, same kind of thing. We're slightly opening that cuticle or opening those blinds a little bit, cleaning the hair, and then the conditioner is designed to close that cuticle or your pH level back down, leaving the hair smooth and shiny. And if this does not open that cuticle too much, it's done its job. What happens with less expensive shampoos and less luxurious shampoos is that they do tend to open that cuticle wide out open, and the conditioner doesn't do its job at shutting it down, keeping it smooth, protecting it, giving it all that good stuff that it needs to keep your color from fading and keep the cuticle closed till your next shampoo. So what our hair care system does is it does both of those things perfectly, and that is why it can be used on every hair type. Because really a shampoo and conditioner's job is to clean the hair and shut the cuticle, leaving it protected, smooth, and calm, right? No matter what hair type. The conditioner should never be leaving a film on the hair to weight it down, to trap it. That's actually your styling product's job. And so saying that this isn't usable for every hair is kind of not true, because every hair strand, no matter its texture, needs to be cleansed and that cuticle needs to be closed. Now, how it helps to stimulate hair growth is we have 2 ways to thicken the hair, right? We have to actually thicken the actual strand of hair, to take my fine hair and make it a little fatter in density. And then the other thing we can do is make more hair grow in. But here's the catch. You only have so many hair follicles on your head. So you only have so many little open holes that hair can grow out of. So we can't ever increase the amount of hair follicles that you have in your head. However, we can make them grow more consistently and all at the same time. So you have anywhere from 100 to 300,000 hairs on your head, and they all grow in different cycles. Let's say we have 5 cycles, 5 different sections of our hair that's growing and rotating at a different time. They grow in a 6-week cycle. So if 2 of them are growing at the same time, the other ones are dormant. And as they start growing again, sometimes they push out the other hair as they activate and start growing. And so it's just this constant cycle. These ones are growing, they kind of slow down. Now these ones activate, shut out some of the old hair, start growing. What if we could get all 5 of those cycles growing at the same time and consistently? You will have the most thick, massive hair that your head of hair can possibly have. You're going to lose less hair. It's going to fall out less because those cycles aren't stopping and starting and stopping and starting. They're going to consistently grow and be activated and not lay as dormant as maybe they have been. We all know that when we were younger, our hair usually was a lot thicker, a lot fuller, and then over time through hormones and having babies or whatever, a lot of that process of that hair growing all at the same time and its density, its fatness of the hair strand slows down. And that's when we're like, whoa, what happened to our hair, right? So that is kind of what is going on in layman's terms with our system here. The capixyl in it, the Seneplex complex, we all know that Seneplex complex causes things to grow 23.3% faster and healthier. So the hair that we have that's limp and kind of fine is going to be, after its full cycle, reactivated, rejuvenated, given all of its integrity that it can have healthily, right? And then we're going to put on the serum that's going to help get all of those hair cycles growing at the same time and making them as strong as they can be, because everything's growing healthily, is that a word? As it should. Does that make sense? Okay, so questions. What I have heard, now I have talked to lots and lots of people about their experience with this system. And I'm going to tell you firsthand experience. It takes a little trial and error. I have been a hairdresser for 18 years. I have, washed and blow dried and colored probably thousands of heads of hairs. And each new line that comes out, or each new product, kind of feels a little different. Then I try the conditioner, and some of that's a little heavier, a little lighter, or whatever. And so it takes a learning process, especially for your head, and especially if I'm doing, all these clients' hair. So these more luxurious brands definitely take less product than, let's say, a grocery store brand or even a less expensive salon brand. Usually we take a good handful of shampoo, right? And we go like this and we go boom. And usually most of the product hits right here on the top of our heads, and then we kind of spread it around, we massage it in, sometimes we do another shampoo, then we usually take equal amount of conditioner, put it all through. Now let me teach you the proper way that your hair should always be washed. I say think of the terms shampoo the roots, condition the ends, especially when it comes to these products. We're keeping the scalp clean and the hair clean, but the conditioner always has cleaning agents in it. So I want you to not, like any shampoo you're using, unless you've got hard hold gel to the very tips of your ends, I want you to kind of keep your shampoo out of your ends. Your shampoo should mostly be concentrated for the scalp. So with ours, if a dime isn't enough, use a little more. If one shampoo isn't enough, do 2 shampoos. If this stuff does what it says it's gonna do we really care that we have to use 2 shampoos and a little more than a dime? No, absolutely not. If I get half of the reports that it says it's gonna give me, I will use a whole bottle per shampoo if I have to. But use enough, and the key is making sure that your hair is completely rinsed, really, really rinsed with water, and still has lots of water in it when you go to put that shampoo in your hair. So for me, take about a quarter size, and I make sure my hands are wet, and I emulsify it up like this, and then I touch, touch, touch. And then I start massaging it in my hair like this, right? And I massage it around. My first shampoo, you will never get tons of suds. It's removing the oils, it's removing the environmental pollutants in your hair, it's removing the hairsprays, and all of those things mixed with our product creates no sudsing. So you saw it in your hand, you saw it go into your head there. So know that it is working, and it's just getting rid of all those oils. So get it through, spread it through, rinse it out really, really well. Again, leave tons of water in your hair. Get another, you might be able to use a little bit less size then, but another, let's say quarter size. Massage it through, and then you will find that sudsing. Now, feel free to use a different shampoo first if you're really trying to pinch your pennies or whatever. You can use a clarifying shampoo. I would suggest a decent brand. Some people fight dandruff. This is going to help with your dandruff, but maybe in the beginning you use your Head and Shoulders, and your first shampoo was with that, and you get all of that crud out of your hair, and then you come in with our luxurious brand, and you treat your scalp and you treat your hair. So we're gonna shampoo the roots, we're gonna rinse that out really good, and then we're gonna condition the ends. Same thing, I take about a quarter size for my hair, and I have really curly frizzy hair that lays so smooth and so shiny with this stuff. And I do about a quarter, and so now because I'm not really wanting this to go on my roots per se, I'm going to start about mid-shaft down. I go like this, so I start in my ends, put it through, and then I run my hands through the roots. And then I let it sit for as long as humanly possible, because its job is, I do definitely get some into my roots, but I'm not concentrating on my scalp for the conditioner. Its job is it's going in and it's putting nutrients back in. As it's closing down those blinds and shutting in everything that it has, it's adding nutrients into that hair strand to strengthen it. So it's not gonna break, it's gonna be stronger against heat and environmental stuff, and it's gonna keep that cuticle closed and add shine, but it's not gonna leave weight. The reports I've seen, and people have sent me videos of like, holy cow, would you look at this volume? This is insane. Like I have nothing in my hair, da da da. So leave it in. I've even done it under the dryer for 20 minutes, and I've even slept in it overnight. I get out, towel dry my hair, run it through my hair, put it on, sleep in it all night. And you wake up and like literally my hair has never been shinier. So it takes, it took me about 3 to 4 shampoos, like different times washing my hair to go, oh, I didn't use enough. Okay, I didn't use enough that time either. For me, it was more like I wasn't using enough, and so I needed to make sure and get enough water in my hair, make sure to emulsify it, and do those 2 shampoos and not be afraid to use the amount that I needed to use. Okay, when I get out of the shower, I use the Senegence recovery system. And what I do is I just put a little pump in my hand like this. I usually do about 2 pumps, and I part my hair, and I put a little bit on my finger, and then I just run it through my scalp like that, massage it in. Then I go to the next area, right at the part, massage it in. And I take about 1-inch sections because as you're massaging it in, you're rubbing it all around like that. It's okay if a little bit gets on your hair for sure, because it doesn't leave you greasy. I've used other systems before that they say to put this in every night, and it leaves your hair so gummy and so greasy that you're like, oh, no thanks. And from there, you're gonna use this serum every 2 to 3 days. It smells wonderful. You're just gonna repeat that process. So questions I've gotten, I have them written down up here, is that once I quit using this product, will my hair fall out? No, your hair's not gonna fall out, but if you think about the hair growth cycle and how things work, of course, all of this hair that has been using this system for however long you choose to use it is going to be strengthened and healthy, and that cuticle staying closed, and you're constantly putting nutrients inside the middle of the hair. And then also the full cell cycle of a new cell of hair is going to still have the benefits of that. Now over time, yeah, if there's something wrong nutriently with your hair, I think the effects of this will diminish, but it's not like it's not gonna be like your hair's all of a sudden falling out and it's fraying and it's frizzy. Now if your hair is dry after using this, you're using too much shampoo and you're getting it through your ends. If your hair is too greasy, you're not using enough, you're not having enough water in your hair when you shampoo it, and you're not maybe doing 2 shampoos. So sopping wet hair, rinsed really well, enough shampoo that you're getting it through, and maybe 2 shampoos. If you're one that shampoos 3 to 7 days, like in between there, I always say 2 shampoos, like just do it. That's what needs to happen. Like I said, feel free to use one other shampoo before, then this one in the conditioner. If you're somebody that shampoos every day, I think you can get away with 1 shampoo. If you have hair down to the middle of your back, a dime is not gonna do it. A quarter is probably not gonna do it. Use enough, and you're probably somebody that doesn't shampoo every day, so use enough, and then realize that for me, I'm able to go a little bit longer without washing my hair, and so that's just a win, and I'm saving product that way. Other questions? Again, if it's greasy too, remember the terms, shampoo the roots, condition the ends. Focus on getting those roots and that scalp really clean, and then most of the conditioner should be through the ends of the hair and a little bit in your scalp. And making sure not to use too much serum, but even when I've gotten too much, it's just really, really light. Okay, I think that's all for now. I'm sure there will be follow-up videos. I hope that this information helps, because this product is amazing, and the more educated you are and the more, I always say, user errorless you have, the happier you're going to be with the product. So give it its chance. Know that it's a learning cycle, just like our skin. That's the other thing I was going to tell you is don't change your system. All of a sudden, if you're somebody that washes 3 to 7 days, and all of a sudden you get this new product and you're thinking, I want it on my head as much as possible, and you start washing your hair every single day, your oil glands and the structure of your scalp that you've set up a pattern is going to overreact. So you're either going to get too much oil or you're going to not get enough. So keep your same routines. If I'm somebody that washes every 3 days and I want to wash every 2 days, I'm gonna wash 3 days, 2 days, 3 days, 2 days, and then I'm gonna start transitioning into 2 days. that makes sense, because it allows your body to kind of go, oh, this is what we're doing now? Okay, I'm gonna put out this much oil because I know you're gonna be consistent. Just like our skin, like if we are somebody that washed our face once a day with one cleanser and I just put a moisturizer on, and all of a sudden I get the whole line of Senegence, and I start washing my face every morning, every night, and I'm using 9 products on my face, what's gonna happen? Your skin's gonna go, what? And it's gonna freak out a little bit, no matter how amazing the product is. So realize that's the same thing with this. If you've been using a lesser brand and all of a sudden you start using this luxurious stuff and you're changing your routines and you're doing things differently, you're gonna have different results and different hair. So keep your routines the same, rotate this in on the days that you normally wash. Does that make sense? Okay, my gosh, I was hoping this would be 5 minutes and maybe I talked too long, but hopefully it helps. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Julie Newell. I'm Time for Beauty on Instagram, Facebook group, and Facebook pages. All right, talk to you later.